This has been, for both teams, well, for Pakistan and for Australian cricket, a really important and a really significant and probably an historical tour. To have New Zealand go home, to have England not appear is one thing, but to have Australia show up, that's a really big tick, because Australia have been a reluctant tourist, as you well know. It's been 24 years since Australia toured Pakistan, and I say it's important for Australia because Australia have had a selfish reputation in Australia, in world cricket. I think they've tended to look after themselves and look after the teams that bring money to them. In this case, they've shown leadership, they've turned up, they've played some great cricket, they've played in some great test matches, and you know what? They've really enjoyed themselves. A couple of the players were reluctant to come, but they all came, and not one of them will regret coming. They had a fantastic experience. Yeah, look, this was a fantastic test series, but it was old-fashioned cricket and you had to hang in there. It took 15 days to get a result. It was like a 15-day test match. Pat Cummins said. Pitches weren't great. The pitch in Lahore, that wasn't bad. Look, the pitch in Karachi wasn't the worst. If Australia had held their chances, there would have been a result in their test match too. But in every test match, a team had to declare. Frankly, I think you need to dig up your pitches and start again. I think that the PCB have signalled that there is a project to improve the pitches in this country. And you probably, I think, not to be rude about it, but I think it's probably a good idea to start working on some different pitches and looking at some more pitches that provide at least a bit more assistance to the bowlers, to the fast bowlers, and even to the spinners on the fifth day. Look, there aren't many test playing nations in cricket. We've got to look after each other. It's really important for cricket that Pakistan is strong, because at any time there's not many strong test playing nations, and the last thing we want is Australia and India and England playing each other over and over again. There was a time when the West Indies were really strong and people couldn't get enough of playing them. I'm pretty confident there's a time when Pakistan can be that strong again and can bring that warrior spirit that you've always seen in Pakistan cricket. That ability to overcome hurdles, to stick your chest out, to bowl fast, to bat bravely. You play fantastic cricket. Struggled in Australia in recent years, and I'm not sure why, but once you find the key to that, I think it's going to be exciting. World cricket needs Pakistan out there playing more often, and world cricket needs to be playing in Pakistan more often too. We all called Shane the King when he was alive, and he was spectacular. And when I was a cricket fan and not a cricket journalist, I couldn't take my eyes off Shane Warne, and I think the rest of the world was the same. But with his passing, I've got to say I'm stunned at the response. It's just been enormous, and I suppose we learnt that he meant more to people than we could ever have intuited. It's a very sad time for all of us. We've lost, cricket's really lost something with the passing of Shane, but we were really lucky to have him, and there'll never ever be a player like Shane Warne again. I say that with some confidence. If Andrew McDonald isn't appointed as full-time coach of Cricket Australia, they have made a terrible mistake. He is very highly respected by the players. He's a very intelligent coach. You see the way the team conducted themselves. You see the partnership he had with Pat Cummins in this tour, and the way that Pat Cummins spoke about him at the end of this tour. He's the man for this job. Well, it's a cliche, isn't it, that Pakistan people are hospitable people, but I've travelled all around the world and I've never met people who are more hospitable than Pakistan people. I remember that the first time I came here, more so this time, and there was an added element to it this time. There was this gratitude that we showed up. That was humbling, and it was probably unnecessary. I think you probably should have been annoyed at us for taking so long to get here, but everything's been wonderful. Every single person we've met has thanked us, welcomed us, smiled at us. This tour has just left us with a smile on our faces, and all the time we're telling people at home on the radio and in our copy, in our articles, and talking to friends, Pakistan's a great place, get back there.